It's a presentation that I've actually done a number of times now over the last 12 to 18 months. And each time I've started off by saying, we're very nearly there, we're just about due to start on site. Tonight I stand here, I genuinely believe that within the next 4 to 6 weeks, Northstowe will start to be delivered and start to come out of the ground. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have a quick overview of where we're at as of today. Talk you through the phasing for the phase 1 development as a whole. Just pull it together in a bit of a summary. Then I'll be handing over to Neil Robinson of Jackson's, who are our contractor for the scheme, and he will then talk you through in more detail the traffic management works as they affect the B1050. So where are we at? We've spent the last, it seems like an inordinate amount of years, probably the last 2 years, sorting out all our reserve matter applications. We've been discharging all the planning applications, conditions. We've been getting all the technical approvals for the highway works, for the drainage works, for the B1050, for the earth moving, getting all those in place. We have a number of legal agreements to put in place with the County Council and with Anglian Water. We're very close to completing those. A lot of time last year was addressed in dealing with some of the ecological issues. For example, we've moved over 900 lizards from the site, and we're in the process of looking after, or will soon be starting to make provision for waterfalls at Hatton Road, and a number of other of our four feathered friends. Anybody who's been in the past through the site recently will have seen a massive undertaking which is part of the archaeological investigation. To date, we've cleared 50 acres of the site of topsoil. Our archaeologists are looking at that, trying to find out, put together what happened previously. There was an open day during last year, which I know was fairly well attended. I think there's another open day planned for sometime during this year. And critically for us, we've now got a contractor on board. We've appointed Jackson Civil Engineering, who will be taking on board the B1050 works and our on-site road works. Just as a bit of a reminder about the archaeology, that's what's been going on. If you look at the next slide, that just gives you an aerial perspective of just how busy we've been and just what a big exercise the archaeology has been. If I talk about phasing for phase 1, it says there, anticipated start date February-March. The likelihood is I think it'll be the first week in March. We think it'll take us about 5 years to deliver all the principal infrastructure across the site. That'll be the B1050, the earth moving, Hatton's Road ponds, all of the on-site roads and drainage. And then we've also got to bear in mind that phase 2 is coming along. Application's been submitted, what's been discussed today I think at the Group Development Control Committee. And we've got to make sure that our roads and our drainage and our infrastructure dovetails with the phase 2 application. So what I'll do is just very quickly run through year by year, just listing the type of work that we'll be doing during that year, and then that's followed by a series of plans which hopefully demonstrate it a little bit more visually. First thing is B1050. We'll be starting works on that, we'll be installing signal control junctions, we'll be doing all the modifications to the B1050 work, and we'll also be in the first phase of the on-site roads. Now, predominantly, that will be about getting access into the site for house builders, but equally it will be about getting access to the primary school, which the County Council are due to start work on early part of this year. We'll be excavating out the surface water attenuation on the site, what we term the water park, and we'll be doing a fair amount of land raising across the site. These have all been subject to previous presentations and also reserve matter applications. We will be installing the foul water pumping station, which pumps directly to the sewage treatment works at Utton's Road. So there is no foul water from our site going into any of the sewers in Northstowe. As I mentioned earlier, the County Council will start on primary school. That's a 12-month contract, and the likelihood is that the primary school will actually be up, built and finished before we actually have any houses coming out of the ground. And we'll also be laying out the first element of open space. That's followed next year by the Hatton's Road ponds. Now, that's important for Longstanton. That provides the flood mitigation that we've talked about in the past. But we can't get on there until 2016 because of the need to deal with water voles and translocate those. So there is a reason why those works have been delayed till next year. We will also then complete the land raising on the site, and then we'll start to lay out the landscaping, particularly the areas around the water parks, the greenways, to set a bit of a skeleton of green space for the new development. 2017, we'll extend the primary road up to the phase 2 boundary. Now this critically then provides access to the secondary school. And again, this is the tie-in I talked about earlier to the phase 2 works. In 2017, we'll start to lay out the main sports pitches. They'll need about 12 months to mature before they can be brought into service. 2018, we'll complete the second primary road, so by the end of 2018, phase 2 will be fully connected. We'll be well underway by providing strategic landscape then to the rest of the site. And also in 2018, we'll construct a dedicated busway, which will ultimately link the guided bus through phase 1 and into the town centre in phase 2 and beyond. But in 2019, we'll just finish off the last bits of road. So if you look at that visually, there's the B1050, shaded purple are the first elements of primary road. That lovely turquoise colour will be the primary school, and that really will keep us busy for 2015. If we move on to 2016, we'll see the excavation has been done for the pond. All of this will be earth will be spread around the site. But importantly, these are the first land parcels that will be released for house building. And I can't stand here and say with any definitive that the first house is going to be there or there. All I know is that that's the first block of land that will be released. We move on then to 2018. You will see we've now extended this road up to the boundary, so that will give access to the secondary school. We've laid out the pitches, and you can see the housing starts to roll out across the site. But critically, sorry, it was a bit early, but that's fine. The opportunities here for the community centre, the opportunities here for the sports pavilion to be built, and also the commercial land will come online. 2019, put the link in, finish off the pro. So by 2019, all of Gallagher's infrastructure will be finalised, it will be done, and then by 2020, 2021, 22, 23, however long it takes them for the house builders to build out. So that graphically just hopefully demonstrates how the site will build up over the next 5 years. What do we need to do before we actually start? We just need to get the dot the I's and cross the T's. And also critically, we need to get the construction and environmental management plan agreed for the B1050 and for the primary roads. And for you, those who don't know, that effectively sets the guidelines or the rules by which our contractor will operate. So just to summarise, February, March, for the start of the B1050 and the primary road. The actual earthworks and the digging of the on-site pond will wait for slightly better weather, probably around about June. Patton's Road ponds follow about March 16, and then the next phase of primary roads 17 and 18. And in conclusion, he's taken an awful lot of effort, many years' work. I think some of us possibly doubt if we'd ever actually get here. It does represent a significant infrastructure project, and that's why we'll be in here for, as I say, 4 to 5 years. And it's really the end now, or the end or the beginning. We've gone through extensive consultation and approval process, but we will have somebody on site, Steve, who will be actually your main point of contact for day-to-day queries. So that's a very, very quick overview of how the development itself runs out. And ask Neil now to come and talk about his element in terms of the B1050.